right, good morning. How are you doing? It's so good to see you on this Tuesday. And I want to say a very historic day right here in the country, and that is as the nation and everybody else, is marking Saba Saba. And I know there were planned protests, so I don't know where you are. What is the situation like? Please let us know. And during the entire show, of course, we'll be crossing over to different parts of the country just to see what exactly is happening. But it's Relationship Tuesday, and the show must go on, as they always say. My name is Winnie Lubembe. Really excited about the show today, and we're talking about dating. Has it become complicated? Has it become difficult? What exactly is happening? That is what we are unpacking today right here on the show. And we just look forward to what you guys have to say as far as the conversation, this morning. And we're looking at the expectations, we're looking at how the dating rules have changed, and we're asking who changed the dating rules, okay? And why does modern dating feel so difficult?
Oh, God.
It's
Jamani.
The sigh.
I know. And good morning, and I hope you're safe. It feels like there used to be like a manual. Boy meets girl.
Yes.
At some point, if at all, if you have not been whisked away, family vets, proposal happens, getting married, children, live happily ever after. So sijui kulienda aje, wakakatakata the manual wakatupa. What's really happening? What changed? Who changed? And I know we've got a lot to say, and we've got a panel that will help us say the things that we want to say. But we have a question for you.
Swali la siku nini?
Tunakuuliza swali rahisi sana. Do men and women want the same things from relationships today? Do men and women want the same things from relationships today? NTV Kenya on all of our social media platforms. Please do indulge us.
Right? Yeah, please let us know. And you know what? It's so interesting because what I feel is we've become so connected because there's so many options right now. There's dating apps, there's social media. Squeeze hata watu wana meet sijui iMessenger. Okay?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like the more we advance in terms of how connected we are and how we meet, the more complicated it becomes when it comes to dating. So we're unpacking that today right here on the show. And yes, we are not alone.
No, we're not.
The panel is already here. And Dr. Jen will be joining us, via Zoom or Teams in a second. But who do we have in studio today? We have, let's start from...
Yes, what wako hiyo so ni extreme.
Okay, tunaanza na extreme.
Oh my goodness, he's not new on this show. Anasemanga yeye ni student of philosophy. Professor Theophilus Chando, lovely to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
Karibu sana. Can't wait to hear what you have to say about this conversation today. And next to a prof, we have President Atheist in Kenya, Harrison Mumia. Karibu sana.
Asanteni sana.
Yeah, I can already preempt the things that you will say on this show. I already preempt.
Right?
What are we talking about? What are these relationships?
Tushamaliza show before tuanze. And Dr. Jen Kimani, who's a counseling psychologist, will be joining us virtually as well. And we'll be engaging with her in a second. But, Prof, hey, what's that tuanze now? Because I'm thinking, like we said, kitambo kulikuwa there's a bit of manual, you know, there was a bit, I think that the last time you were here, you said there was a bit of order, when it came to relationships. Now, it's
now we are here.
Now we are here.
And with our big age.
Yes, to some, it's a very unfamiliar ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's something that they still don't know how to wrap their heads around because things have really changed. And if you ask who has changed the rules of dating today, it's difficult to pinpoint the exact point at which the change took place and what triggered that change. But as I was thinking about this thing, I thought something like, I think the economy has played a very, very significant part. We have monetized relationship. to the extent that even dating goes according to the economic status.
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah.
So that an individual decides to date according to the economic gains that are going to be realized from that dating process.
Yeah.
And that is why it's a matter of bidding. It's not a matter of order. You bid where you think you are going to gain most.
Okay.
If you feel like this is not going to help you gain anything, you push it aside. So we kind of have made dating follow the pattern of the liberal market model, where the highest bidder gets whatever is on the market.
Okay.
And that is why you even see different dating apps kind of advertising. We do it better. Can you get a better person from here? So there are different kinds of packages.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that has kind of disorganized, so to speak, the kind of dating patterns that we've always had.
Right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So money on one side, where is the place for education, empowerment, knowing better, wanting better, be it money or not, but where is the place for that when it comes to disorganizing what seemed to have order in the past?
I think for me, I'll take the approach of the morality of relationships.
Kusha.
The idea of what is perceived to be the moral relationship is what has changed now. If you look at generally the woman of the 1950s, 60s and 70s, things like, I have to remain a virgin until I get married. And once I get married, my husband is my husband, and I have to be a wife. I remember even like in our communities, me and Maluya, once a woman was married in those days, ata ukosane na bwana yako, you were supposed to remain in that marriage, all right?
Yes.
And it was your moral obligation to make sure that you as a wife, whatever happens, you are always there keeping the family together. So I think the morality of relationships, where now, and if you look at, for example, the idea of intimacy is such a liberal idea. You meet somebody and you become intimate. Within 2 months, everybody goes their ways. There's nothing serious about the whole idea of intimacy. The whole idea of commitment to one person is also becoming a very loose, concept. Nobody is taking. We have a situation where people are dating different people at the same time, and this never used to happen, 30, 40 years ago. People, if you look at 30, 40 years ago, you would say that is my boyfriend.
Yes.
And the man would say that is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
But again, then you have to also look at the communication, as you said, the explosion of communication technology, which allows us to connect very easily with other people. That is why, a relationship ends, somebody goes on a dating app, and a swipe.
Yeah.
So I think those two things for me would be the things that are pushing us into this new age where now relationships are not. Things have changed. Things have changed. Yeah.
You know what I've seen online is, and there's this lady who just went to, I forget her name, but she's like a comedian, whatnot, and she said, I'm in love.
Yes.
But she's like, God, let me not celebrate too fast because he might be our man. He might not be my man. He might be our man. So I understand what you're saying. It's becoming a little bit complicated and also scary to
Yes.
think when you find him you want to, when you find her you want to umfiche kwanza because anaweza kuwa wa community, you know. But let's hear from Dr. Jane, who's joining us virtually. Good morning, Dr. Jane. How are you doing? Are you safe? I hope you are. And when we're looking at the changing in terms of the rules as far as dating is concerned, has it changed from where you sit? Or we've become lazy as a people when it comes to looking at dating. All right. Okay. Yeah, we seem to have a bit of a challenge there, but Prof, again, so from what you said, the transaction aspect of it is like we've monetized literally everything right now. I'm just thinking, hi, Prof. Si hata kitambo mtu alikuwa anakuja, wewe utakuja na ng'ombe tano, mwingine atakuja na camels, mwingine atakuja na nini. And you know the best one sort of like win.
Well, yeah, you could say so. But I do not think that it was basically on the platform of let the person who brings the highest material possession win. As Mumia has rightly said, there was also actually a moral aspect to it. We were trained to understand what I would call the goods of fortune mean to people. That is what wealth means to people. That you do not go for wealth and leave the person. Otherwise, you will lose both the person and the wealth. You go for the person if you need the wealth. So what kind of person do you want first? That is why traditionally it was important to make or to do a background check about the person whom you see this person is dating. Maybe you started dating outside the sanctioning of your parents or the elders. The parents would have to call you, sit you down and find out whether you know the background of the person, the moral disposition of the family and stuff. You just don't go for this guy has a Mercedes Benz and this guy has a bicycle. So it is better.
You go for the Mercedes.
It's better to cry in a Benz than to love on a bicycle. So that kind of has, as I have said, disorganized the dating system very, very seriously. Because people go for things which don't matter. Things which fleet very fast, they pass away, and then you feel like no, I settled for the wrong person. You didn't settle for the wrong person, you settled for the wrong thing in the person. You see that you need to settle for the right thing in the person so that you get that right thing.
I know we're due on a break, but when we come back, I'd like to just find out, when we break it down, we're dealing with two genders here. We're dealing with man and woman. And when we look at specific setups for the man, specific setups for the women, what has changed in these two camps? You know, what has changed for the man? Because nikisikiza Prof. Because Prof anasema bicycle, she chooses. At what point does the man choose? And what is he choosing? You know? So when you look at those different spaces, what does it look like? But right now we need to go on that quick break. And when you come back, probably we'll have Dr. Jane join us. But the question that we're asking you to indulge us on today is very, very simple. We are asking you, do men and women want the same things from relationships today? Do men and women want the same things from relationships today? NTV Kenya on all of our social media platforms. We'll be right back after this break. Oh, welcome back. We'd already started going deep during the break. Oh my goodness, we're looking at what happened where. Who tore up the manual for the dating
Who moved
scene?
the flag post?
Nani alisongesha? And this conversation has started off very, very well because we've been looking at finances and the role of that. Tumeambiwa pia kuna communication, dating apps. Ziko huko tunafanya vitu mingi. Because there are even events to just go meet a person.
Oh,
specifically.
do you remember that one?
Oh yeah, so Winnie sent me a poster. Go pitch your friend who's single. So I'm busy working on a pitch.
Oh, you...
For Winnie.
I'm working for her.
Yes. So these are the things that we're talking about. There's so many
options. The options are endless. But still, it feels difficult.
It feels mechanical.
It feels complicated. It
Yeah.
feels everything transactional, you know,
Yes.
like morality nje,
Yes.
out of the window, you know,
Yeah.
as far as dating is concerned.
Yep.
Sasa tubaki wapi?
Yeah.
That is the question. And the question that we're asking you this morning is, do men and women want different things, you know, as far as dating and relationships are concerned? And you were actually asking
Yes.
the same.
Yes.
Before we went to the break.
What different camps, and we can just
Yes.
pick one camp and go with for now. But what has changed in probably the men's side and the women's side? And I know, Mumia, you are raring to
Mima was
go.
like, I have a
Sijui
lot to
unaenda
say.
side gani? But whatever
camp are you
direction
taking?
you go, we are with you. We are here for it.
So I think I'll start with the woman. It
I
has
am
to
not
be
shocked.
Suspected the same.
Oh, yes,
it has to be the woman. Now,
Yes.
I think if you look, and I talked about morality, the morality of how people view relationships.
Yes.
And if you look at the woman has really transformed in the past few years. Because there was a time when the idea of being a woman was that you're being prepared for this institution. Ideally, whether you go to school,
not,
whether you do what, this is where you will end. You will end up as a wife and a mother.
Yes.
And also, there was also I talked about the morality. Now, I want to bring in now the concept of religious morality.
Yes.
Religion played a big role in shaping how women in particular viewed themselves in terms of how they enter relationships and the idea of being in a relationship and it leading into a marriage. And women were taught, and I think also the decline of religious impacts on how society views everything is also another thing that has happened. So women were taught, and me being a lawyer, I can tell you, women in where I come from, they were prepared literally for the role of
Being
a wife. In my place in Kakamega, you would people would observe you. Unaangaliwa, I mean, do you know how to cook? Are you serving men food properly? How are you dressing?
Yes.
Things like even dressing.
Yep.
All these things were being observed. And so the woman was supposed to, even as they go to school, they were supposed to come back home and be meek and be, you know, that kind of woman. But I think the explosion of, number one, the internet, and number two, the change in which now the woman became more like, I
have a voice.
I have a voice. I don't need, kama unitaki ni sawa, you know. Hii relationship imeisha, you know. So these things I think took place, I think post 1990, I think. When now, of course, this idea of liberalism and the women, of course, in places like the US. Remember, in the US, we had a lot of, it was the same in the US until I think 1960s, when the pill was introduced and women were able to say, I can also control my pregnancy. I don't need to be pregnant. And if I become pregnant, I can terminate. All these things, I think, led to the liberalism that also caught up with us in Africa, where the woman suddenly realized that I am not the woman being prepared for marriage. I don't need to know how to cook. There was also this push for women to go to school, get an education, and this empowerment, and get a job. And I also think that also affected. So it's a raft of things. But I think the woman really has changed. The woman of the 60s and 70s, who now my mom belongs to, is really a different woman from the woman of today.
Absolutely.
Is that a bad thing, though?
That's the thing. I'm just like, yeah, truth, we've changed. Definitely changed. But is it a bad thing? Is it a me thing? Is it because I changed that things are not working, or is it because probably the man is probably not? they still want 1960, 1950 woman.
Actually, I was envying him. I was wondering why he pried into my mind and was stealing things.
Stealing your ideas and voices.
Yeah, because it's mentioned it quite correctly.
Yeah.
Okay.
A raft of things can be, I don't want to say blamed, but can be pointed at as the reason for this.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
They said that we live in a global village.
Yes.
And in this global village, we interact with a lot of cultural influences. And these cultural influences do not just go without scathing us. We remain scathed.
Yeah.
Okay? And the idea of the liberation of women, okay? The women's liberation movement
Yes.
has played a very big role in changing the manner of dating today. Okay? From the West, the woman has been portrayed as this person who has been disadvantaged. And to a great extent, I want to agree with that.
Okay.
We brought this to Africa and we said the woman generally in the world has been disadvantaged, including Africa. Which I agree with also to a great extent.
Okay.
But to a certain extent, we misapplied this. We misapplied the move to liberate the woman because we needed to have understood the African structures which made the woman be viewed as the manager of the home and the man to be the person who brings what helps the woman manage the home. That was, from where I sit, an orderly system. So when we kind of brought the Western paradigm of dating and family and social organization and made it interfere into our traditional paradigm, we disorganized what I still think was a better way of ensuring that such relationships are maintained in an orderly manner. You asked whether it was not a good thing to change. I mean, every change is a welcome thing. The only issue with change is how to manage it. Because if you do not know how to manage change, it may incite you to destroy something which would have helped you, prosper better. Education for the woman is a very good thing because believe you me, today where I sit, if you give me a woman who is not educated, and please let us understand education in its right context, not a woman who has gone to the white man's school and has got a PhD like myself.
Yes.
You may have that and not get educated. You would be one of the the most ignorant of humans. But a person whose critical sense has woken up, a person who sees reality and interprets reality for what it is, a person who knows how to relate with others. If you bring me one who does not understand that, believe you me, I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart, we are not going to rhyme. So the education of a woman is significant. Also, the kind of education which allows her to get to know how the world is moving. Okay? You need to understand where you sit in the current world. That is not a bad thing. What is bad is if it makes you, or if it affects the way you understand basic human relationships. So that as a PhD holder, whom you are, your relationship with others must recognize the fact that you have a PhD. So that if the person doesn't recognize that you have a PhD, then that person is not of your class, that person is not worth your time. That is a poor way of handling these kinds of relationships. But we've made these things interfere into issues such as relationships. You're not my class. You're not my class. Things of that kind.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that is bad for society.
I think also very quickly,
I like how the women are just sitting here and listening.
Yeah.
I love it.
I wanted to also ask, what changed in the man?
Yeah.
We'll get there. I will
Yeah.
get there. I just have a few.
Oh, okay.
We'll definitely
Yeah.
get there.
Okay.
But I just want to break it down, like to understand everything that I have had so far.
Okay.
The woman could do more than work in the house, more than being a house manager, right? This woman could go to school now. This woman could make money, bring more money home. This woman could be a better mentor than before to the children, be a great support system to the husband, right? This same woman has now a voice because she's probably educated, she's more enlightened. She can fight for her rights, she can want better and actually
Decide
get it.
what better looks like for her. Yeah.
And these are the same things that we are saying that are putting the relationship when it comes to the woman's side, because we've not gotten to the man's side. These are the same things that we are saying are putting relationships and marriages in jeopardy. Am I right?
But look,
There's a but. Like, yes.
Before you get in, I didn't want to cut you short.
Yeah.
You see, wanting better does not mean wanting chaos.
No, it's
You see
just
that?
better. But
Exactly.
where is the chaos coming from?
You see, the chaos come from the chaos would come from
Yes.
thinking that for you a better
Yes.
must be a better than him or a better than the other one.
But
You
that's
see
the
that?
choice, isn't it? It's better the bicycle than the Range Rover. It's just better. It's just better for me. But does it mean just because it's better for me,
It's a bad thing.
it's a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I mean here is
Yes.
a better means an improved status.
Okay.
Not a status that is greater than that other one's. But most of us would want a status that is greater in terms of it is competitively higher than the other one. It is the improvement that we need.
Okay.
If you're my wife, for instance,
Yes.
and you want to further your studies, you're not furthering your studies in competition with me. You're furthering your studies so that you might improve yourself in order to make our symbiosis a better one, a greater one.
Okay.
Yes, but most people would want that it gets to be, a competitive and a cutthroat one. That is where
That
chaos
is
comes
not
in.
what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To the woman, I would actually advise women to not settle for mediocrity, because my mom alikaa na baba yangu right from huko chini.
Yeah.
Yes.
In my view, that is not necessary.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of what
I did
that
not
is
see that coming.
that is part of what changed.
Okay.
And I think that's the I'll call it the good change. Me, I think a woman who is not happy in a relationship
Yeah.
should have the choice to say
Stay or
"Hii wacha ikae."
Yeah.
And I think long time ago, it was sort of cast on stone. And I'll just again go back to where I come from. Once it was known by everybody that you were dating,
Yes.
it was expected that this was going to be the person who will marry you.
Yes.
In fact, irrespective of anything else.
Everything else.
But today again, if a lady akikudate alafu kitu kidogo tu change, ladies are willing to say,
I'm out of here.
I'm done. Even if you've done a rorashio, even if you've done, you've met the parents,
Yeah.
women are willing to cut it off at a very, late stage. And if you look at, some of the, like, the wife of this Duchess, is this Prince of UK? This
Meghan.
one who was alikuwa US alafu akaolewa
Yeah.
na anaitwa nani?
Meghan Markle.
Markle.
Yeah.
Markle, before she met
Prince Harry.
Prince Harry,
Yeah.
she was actually dating some guy in the US.
yeah.
And I think she ended that relationship, then decided. So I think that kind of liberty is also very important in the woman. This idea, you see, what I talked about, the morality, you know, a long time ago, relationships were seen as this sacred thing.
Yes.
You know, I'm a virgin, and the person I'm dating, sitalala nae. And so the man was also supposed to be very serious with this lady, until they marry.
Yeah.
But right now, you get into a relationship, things happen very fast, and it ends, and you get into another one. And I think ladies are now taking charge of who they decide to be with, and ladies are also saying, I can be with more than one person at the same time. And these are some of the things that are leading to what, you know, we can describe as the chaos. And remember the last time I said, chaos are not a bad thing.
I don't know what this conversation is doing to you.
Necessary chaos. But at the same time, can we also look at the man now? You know, the modern man now, and what has changed for them in terms of their needs, in terms of their wants, in terms of their choices when it comes to relationships, so that then we look at them, you know, from with the same lens.
Well,
and I'm happy that you two are here.
we are men.
What's for you?
Things have changed also in the sense that, again, I want to get back to economy, right? A number of people look at these things now from the power dynamics. Okay?
Yes.
And the power is apportioned according to the economic weight that a person has. Most men feel like, now I have the money and my range of choice is pretty wide. I can get any woman I want, because at any rate, women only need security, and if they can get that security from me through the financial might that I have, I mean, I will get as many of them as possible. So this one kind of dilutes the moral commitment to relationship. So you look at it again from a monetary point of view, that, okay, you can buy any woman you want. And that dilutes the whole essence of relationship completely. It makes it a thing of play, so that you place price tags on different persons that you relate with. And this, from where I sit, I think, brings in what he likes, but I don't like, the chaos. Because of course, essentially, you would say nature is chaotic, but there is also order in that chaos. If you went for chaos all through and through, nothing would be existing even today. So I think that has changed in men, and most men then do not think that they should get committed to relationships beyond what excites them, for as long as their money can still help them get that excitement.
So it's more economical for
the man.
But for the woman, it's access, it's opportunity, it's voice, it's so isn't there like an imbalance then in terms of
because now if
needs?
It's the economic bit, even the woman is getting there as well.
Now, the whole thing is about the power dynamics. For the man, he gets that power through the economic power that he wields. The woman also, of course, is coming up because of the career. Now you people are career women, you get your money and stuff. And that is why you can very easily say, but now that I have money, I mean, I don't need a man. A man cannot come and start telling me what to do. I can be on my own.
But what about the values and the fundamental needs
and wants of
in a relationship?
Because, like you said, this power that comes with the money will give them the kiburi, kusema 1, 2, 3, 4, as long as I can provide for them, nobody else can tell me nothing. But what about the value system?
Yes, that is where again the problem is, and that's why I keep talking about chaos, because you realize this money would give you power over the women that you have. Yet there would something that would be fundamentally wrong somewhere. You will still be looking for a missing part.
Okay.
Always. Okay. And because you don't get this missing part, occasionally you may go wayward and spend most of your time even in the bottle, okay,
Yes.
to try to compensate.
What is empty inside?
Exactly, what's empty. Always there is something empty.
Okay.
At the end of the day, when you realize your agility has gone down,
Yes.
you will be forced to settle with anyone who comes across.
I think all relationships have a power dynamic. And the power dynamic starts with this idea, because for most ladies, it has to be about the having a dominant position in the relationship, whether it's whatever, but there has to be some sense of dominance. Most ladies will tell you they want a man who has is higher than them in something. Yuko hapo juu, whether it is financial, whether it is... So there's always a power dynamic.
Yes.
In marriage, again, there's always a power dynamic. And that is why utapata most marriages, when the man loses a job and the woman is employed, it creates tension.
Yeah.
Most women I've heard will tell you that I can only allow to be with you, accept to be with you, as long as I know you're looking for a job, but I cannot keep supporting you. Most marriages and relationships function when that power dynamic is where the man is seen as more dominant than the woman. So what is dominance? Dominance really is just about financial muscle.
Okay.
And that is why most of the time that is what dominance is. Huh?
Okay.
Of course, there are other things, how tall are you, but these are not as...
Visionary.
It just feels like when we're talking about the things that changed about the women,
Yeah.
there's a lot. There's a lot that has changed. For the man, the economic bit was there before. It is still the one thing. So shida iko wapi? Shida iko wapi kwa sababu tumebadilika sana kama wanawake, to
And
be
it's
honest.
true.
There's a lot
It's
that has changed over
it's
time.
true, yeah.
Is it also true then to say basi mwanaume ndio habadiliki?
No, men, I don't think for men, I think the idea of being that dominant man, hiyo idea ijaibadilika.
Okay.
Yeah, na mimi nafikiri from time immemorial that has been the case.
I get it.
And I think for the man,
maybe dynamism inafaa kuchange
I
ama
think-
evolve into something else.
yeah, I think relationships have changed largely because the woman has changed, not the man.
Okay.
It is the woman who has become liberal, because again, the women never had a choice.
So
this
we call
idea
it
of choice is actually a very big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Yes.
for example, me, I used to work,
Yes.
you know, and I used to date a lady. She was working in an NGO, being
Yes.
paid good money.
Oh, this is true life.
This is
Real
true
life.
story.
Okay.
Hii ni ukweli.
Funga roho.
And when I lost my job, it created a bit of tension.
Yes.
And actually that relationship had to end.
Yeah.
And I sort of understood. And so what did I tell myself? I have to also build my capacity.
Yeah.
If I'm to date, there has to be that capacity and that power. Men understand the implications of having power a lot when it comes to relationships. And that is what apata in marriages. In most marriages. So nothing, in my opinion, Prof, nothing much has changed
For the guy.
in terms of the guy, because it's the same thing.
This is the time for that video, really.
Yeah.
I think we need to understand this. I think
Yes.
women are psychologically wired for hypergamy. What I mean by this is that women relate upwards. Men tend to relate downwards. Okay? And the more a woman gets empowered, the more a woman gets exposed to more opportunities, the higher she wants to move.
Okay.
And that will certainly mean that if I was relating with you at this level and you have more opportunities, you will have to move and leave me at the point where I was.
Okay.
Okay? So I think that is part of what has changed the dating process.
The rules.
Okay.
Hey.
What do you think? do we play the video now or after the break?
I think after the break.
I think after the break.
Yeah,
I think
so,
after the
so
break.
that we
after
really,
the break.
yeah,
Yes.
really get into the middle of it.
Yes.
Because then when you think about it, the change and the lack of change. So clearly
Because that's what it looks like. There's an imbalance.
right?
There's an
so
imbalance,
does it mean
yes.
that this one who's changing to come to a level of where this one has no change, or
Yeah.
the person, this one who has no change to come to this level?
Yes,
Because I
and
think
when we
that
get the
imbalance is what
economic,
creates that
there's-
chaos.
when you get the economic beat out
Yes.
of it, then
Yeah.
what remains?
What remains?
Take a break. Let's pay our bills. When we come back, please indulge us on our question of the day, and we'll look at all your feedback once we come
Yes.
back.
Dating is hard in 2026 and women are the reason why. People tell you loads of other reasons, but it's not that. Women are the reason why. And stick with me, I'll tell you why. I didn't say women are to blame. I said women are the reason why. This is the thing. I need to make an important distinction before I go into this video. Dating, courtship is hard in 2026. Finding an F-buddy, finding a friends with benefits is not hard. It's the easiest it's ever been. So it's important that for us to understand that distinction. Now, dating is hard in 2026 because the modern man is dealing with a profile of women that he has never had in history. We've never seen. Women are the most educated they've ever been. Women are the most achieving they've ever been. They outperform men in some platforms. Women are the most financially settled they've ever been in history. I'm not saying the wealth gap and the pay gap doesn't exist anymore. I'm just saying that if you compare the women of today to the women in history, they are the most financially settled, the most educated they've ever been. How do you think that affects the modern man? We don't know how to deal with it. You can see a lot of men today shut down at the idea of having to court a woman because everything we know about love and romance has been predicated on the fact that they have to be dependent on us in some way, usually financially, and that muddies the waters in a way. So when a woman is not dependent on you in any way, you strictly have to court her and woo her based on the caliber and quality of man you are. It completely changes the playing field. And that's exactly what's happening today. The modern man does not know how to deal with it. A lot of us don't, because it requires us learning the oppressive systems that we've learned, that we've grown up on. Patriarchy, misogyny, all of these things. And this is the thing. For you to be a modern man and keep up with the woman of today, if she's such inclined, a lot of the time women will mature faster than men, because based on the social hierarchy that women occupy, especially black women, a lot of the times they are forced to see the world in a way that black men will never see the world, because we can tap into a lot more systems than black women can. So a lot of the times they are in a position where they are forced to grow a lot more than everybody else. Do you understand? So for you to be a black man and keep up with that, you also have to be unlearning at the same pace that they are unlearning. I'm not saying it's impossible. There are loads of brilliant, emotionally stable, achieving men who are able to nurture beautiful, talented, achieving, do you understand, financially settled women. There are loads of men like that. So this is not me saying, men can't keep up. No, men can keep up. Some men can keep up. The question is, are you that sort of man or are you not? Simple. Forget the cho, forget all the talking. It's a very simple question. Are you able to keep up as a man or are you not? Simple.
Is it that
we're the
simple,
cause.
though?
We're not to blame. We're the cause.
We're the cause.
And a lot has been said. What
They
you've
actually
shared,
confirms
you've
everything that-
everything that you've also
Yeah.
shared. Part of me thinks, isn't that laziness though?
I like where you're going with this thought. Where are you going with
To say that the modern man has not been equipped to deal with this woman who's empowered, who has a voice, who has access, who has education, who, decides what she wants. Isn't that laziness in a way? Because if you really wanted, and if you really want someone, and if you see someone and you're like, you know what, I can build a life with this person, I can do life with this person, it doesn't matter all these accolades and whatnot that she has, you will find a way to make sure that you get this woman, to wife her if you want to wife her, or to just have her in your life. Like, all these things does not matter. Isn't that laziness?
The video, they're talking about men are not adapting to the changing woman. That's what this gentleman has just said, right? That the woman has become this new woman, and men are not adapting to it. They don't know how to deal with this new woman who has risen up. She is independent, she is financially stable. The question then becomes philosophical.
question then becomes...
I'm asking if it, because this is a philosophical question.
Yes, it is. It
Must
actually
we
is.
really, must we deal with the new lady, or do we remain who we are? And it is the new lady, is a new woman to determine whether they want to deal with her. That's a
1944
philosophical
man.
question, you know. So
it's okay.
Is it? So this is a question.
No, we are asking Prof. You're asking Prof.
Prof. You know,
Prof, it's a question for you.
That's a question, you'll answer it.
Yes.
But I think for me, I don't think anybody should adapt, because I think what we've also lost is the morality of relationship, because the morality of the relationship means that relationships was seen as a moral thing, that once you're in it, it is not something you break easily. Most morals, you don't want to break them. Relationship was seen as this thing, once we have been intimate, it is me and you. And that is why a lot of relationships a while back, once you're in it, you are mnakubaliana for better, for worse, in poverty. You remember those vows, in poverty, in health, and both men and women were making those vows. So I think for me, it is what has happened is that people really don't take relationships seriously, as sacred, as sacred.
Teacher me. Yes. Hapo kwa religion na sacred vows. Yes. In the same way that women have changed over time when it comes to education empowerment, they caught up with you guys because these vows meant nothing to you guys. You polygamy, mko hapo, because we have the... Because Nikona Hela, I'm economically empowered. I have Wangare, Modoni, and Jerry. And then the woman decided, me too. Okay, Prof.
I want to bring us back to a certain setting.
Okay, please.
We are talking as though originally we were Christians. We were not originally Christians. You see that?
Okay,
Christianity was imposed on us. And this is where the vows which we are talking about came from. Earlier on, we didn't have this. Now, given the question he has asked me, I mean, should we remain the way we are, and it gets to be the woman's role to adapt to us, or should we try to measure up to the changes that are happening in the woman? Look, every change is good, but if it's not well managed, it can be very chaotic. I still get back to that. You see, all of us have changed, but we are still recognized at that same individual, even though we have changed.
Yes.
It means there is something fundamental that has remained in us all through, and that is how reality is. Something that is called in the Greek language the arche, the primordial element that remains always the same despite all the changes. Whenever a change takes place, we need to ask ourselves, where is this change taking us? The modern woman is changing, but into which direction? And is it the right kind of thing that we want? If it is the right one, are we embracing this change at the expense of the fundamental principles which ensure that the society and its structures are maintained in a satisfying manner? And that's why I think the apparent static nature or the apparent static position of the man is significant. We must not expect to be fashionable all through. Sometimes fashion can be destructive. There are certain fundamental principles that we must maintain, whether we are changing or not. For instance, what Mia keeps repeating, and I agree with him on this, the moral basis of relationships. How do we infuse it, and how do we allow it to affect positively the monetary aspect, the economic aspect which is coming up? I had just wanted to say something a little earlier, which I forgot. Now I thank God it has come back. Whenever we talk about empowerment, we have to understand it from the broad perspectives of empowerment.
Okay.
When empowerment of women started in the West, specifically in America, what was the reason for it? And what effect has it had in the American society today, especially the family? It is breaking up, and the American black women are just realizing that we were duped into, emasculating our men. And this was the easiest way to destroy the black community. Right now, they are up in arms. They want to get back to the traditional roles that they had. Okay. They realized that somebody fearful of the blacks rising up wanted to use the family to destroy the man so that things get destabilized for control. And when we talk about these changes happening, we need to understand what is the basis of this.
Okay.
These things began through, affirmative action. And affirmative action, at a certain point, I was teaching applied ethics at the university, and I used to use a different term, not affirmative action, reverse discrimination. That reverse discrimination has brought us to a point where we are staring chaos on the face, and there's very little that we can do about it. You can't fix a problem by creating another one.
Problem. Okay.
Let me ask a very quick question.
Okay.
A lady who has achieved a lot in terms of her career, financial stability, she still wants that higher man. She still wants that dominant man. So I'm just asking, this idea of who adjusts, who
the one is here to come down, or the one is here to
this idea is disturbing me a lot in my head, because I'm just thinking to myself, okay, I've lost a job, and then there's this lady who is doing very well, and I want to date her. How do I adjust myself to such a lady?
The thing is, the change.
What do I do? I don't have. Do I dress well? What do I do?
No, but you see, the thing is, and I think we've talked about this probably at some point, that yes, change will come, and change is inevitable, and sometimes change is good, but there's some basic fundamental things that still remain the same in relationships. Say, for example, what we're talking about, fidelity, for example. Provision, protection, safety. All those things will still remain. It doesn't matter whether I have like 3 PhDs to my name and my husband does not have
a lot
nothing.
Of ladies,
it will still remain the same. And that is why we're saying it's different people. There's some people, the example that you gave about you and your ex-partner, and and
but generally speaking, aren't ladies the ones who are the
what?
Basically,
they're the ones who are the gatekeepers. They are the gatekeepers of what?
We have Dr. Jane. Dr. Jane, finally. Oh my God! Welcome to the show, Dr. Jane.
Thank you. I'm listening.
Okay, let's hear your thoughts on everything that has been said.
I'm telling you, I need just to take like a whole day to clear, because I think the ladies have been bashed. I was wishing I could just jump in.
Now you're here. Now you're here.
Yeah. And I want to thank you for the healthy conversation. However, I feel like the men are hitting and bashing on the woman too hard. When I talk about dating and what changed, I would first of all want us to analyze what is dating. And yes, they've done a good job, but I think I want to give it a different angle as well. We are in a generation that has a lot of expression, freedom of expression, and a lot of the people that are being dated today are both equally having expression. So we cannot possibly bash a gentleman or a lady, but I think there is lack of proper counsel. There is lack of proper counsel on what is the role of dating. And at that point, as back, that's when ladies would be prepared how to be a wife, a mother, a woman, a homekeeper, a climate controller, all that and plus more that you are in the home. And that's when the young man would learn and understand how to be a man. Now, I feel from my position, a lot of what has changed from both sides, because it has. Most men or the young men are feeling like, I need to have money to define me. They forgot that who they are is the actual definition of that person who the lady is looking for. And unfortunately, we also have ladies, and actually in both sides it is not all, who feel like they want a ready-made man. And I tell them, ready-made men, either ni bwana ya mwenyewe ama is in the movies. Most of them don't want the process. And I think they have not failed. Those who have failed are the generation of us who should be training them, who should be equipping them, who should be mentoring and monitoring them, and who should be like, their pillars, and they should have people they can look up to and say, wow, I want to be like this one, and they would want to go through the process. So I feel for both of them. The woman has really been bashed in this conversation, but I feel for the gentleman, go slow. I think, yes, you have talked a lot, but I feel for the dating part, which leads to marriage, the woman needs to be equipped. We are not equipping our girls.
Oh, interesting. The woman needs to be equipped.
This should be defined. To be
Yes.
equipped.
Interesting.
And the men also need to be equipped.
Okay, Prof is asking, what exactly does equipping mean? Because I think growing up and what Mumia talked about, it feels like we have been equipped.
Prof, yes, for you and the generation that we are,
Yes.
there's a lot of equipping because we took a lot of time with our grandparents, we took time with our parents, we took time with the right people, uncles and aunties, and they taught us and we learned from them a lot. But in this time and age, who is equipping our people? And as a father, as a mother, are we not failing somewhere? Because when we miss it, they'll be equipped by other options. There are always alternatives in this life.
Yeah.
It's either the social media, it is either friends, it is either mistakes, it is whichever means. So I think what is lacking is the right people to equip them with the right information and positive information that makes them know that you are not defined by money, status, or class. You're defined by who you are, who can consistently add value to yourself. So I think as parents, we should be the people getting the bash, not even the good people. I think as aunties, we should be getting the bash. I think as grandmothers, they should be getting the bash because we have let go of a generation to its own wisdom. And whoever does not have a mentor, he becomes his own mentor. And somebody said, then you have a fool for a mentor. And I know some of them are doing very well still in the mistakes and learning, but we're having some that have really missed it. And that's where you can find a young man dating two girls to see who or who not. A young girl also doing the same. We need to go back to the crossroads.
Okay.
Yes.
But hey, I have a but and a question, okay? Because when you look at, say, our grandparents and then our parents, for example, and now who we are as women and men, really, and looking at, say, the next 10 years, it's different. It's like there's something that keeps changing over time that we need to, first of all, accept that it's not the same woman or it's not the same man, but also preparing for them, for that woman or for that man, say in the next 10, 15 or 20 years from now, because I think everything will be totally different from what we're seeing now. So what sort of like preparation do we need to make, if at all? There's something that we need to do so that we don't get to that point, say in like 10 or 15 years, where we look at our kids and we're thinking, sasa this generation, idea. And the things that we need to sort of like preparing them for the future in terms of what relationships would look like, what marriages would look like in the near future.
All right. Is that to me?
Yes.
All right. When we talk about preparation, number one, it is presence. As parents, we need to be present because you can never model anything in absence.
Yeah.
And you know, children or young people will always learn by what they see. What they see is the number one teacher. And we are told every person learns by sight. We copy. We all born tabula rasa, as a philosopher would also say. We all born tabula rasa, meaning we are as clean as a slate.
Yeah.
So who do we allow to write in the lives of our young people? Number one, we need to be present. Number two, we need to involve community. And I keep saying, there is a need in our generation. We had communal parenting, which has missed out. We used to have the kind of communal parenting that if you go out and you're doing something, perhaps you're not giving respect to an elder, somebody will rebuke you. But today you dare that, you'll find a letter from their lawyer.
Yes.
So we need to get down to a place where we can actually have safety in a community, and even among family, aunties, uncles, and so on, and thereabout. And we don't allow from very young ages, because these children are being given gadgets to replace our availability. And then as a parent, you feel guilty for not being present to buy a bigger gadget. And so they've got the Wi-Fi, and so you've given them, and I don't say everything in those things is wrong, but I feel we need to train them ourselves. We need to be present. We need to answer questions. We need to form relationships. We need to be both parent and friends.
Okay.
We need to have those two very clear. We need to be number one, parents, and number two, friends. We need to be available to answer, because at times we find children going out for lunch with a parent. All of them, including the parent, is on
their
phone.
phones. True.
So I think there is something that has stolen a culture, and is a culture is a phone culture that you have allowed to infiltrate in our homes. So I think we also need to give a discipline in every family, where we can say from 7 o'clock or from 6:30, phones aside, let us talk. We used to learn in our days through conversations and listening. So I think we need now to start talking, less of TV time and more of talking, and we have to make it intentional. If we don't make it intentional, it's not easy. There is a lot demanding our attention. So we have to make it intentional. And for every parent to understand that a child defines love in 4 letters, TIME, meaning time. We will know how much you love me as a child, by how much time. And I think number 4, we need to look for mentors, people who can talk into the lives of those children. And as one of them said, the religious docket, we also need to have safety, so that we know if we can send our children either to church, to a mall, wherever they go. For me, I'll talk of a church, because that's where that is where I incline to. And when we talk of your place of worship, it could be a mosque, it could be wherever. Let there be mentors who these young ones can feel safe and they can feel free to talk to, and who can mentor them to the next phase.
Wow. Interesting.
I want to say something.
The men are up in arms. Okay.
Okay. Now, I think a very quick one. Yeah. I think I like the twist that the discussion has taken. From what Dr. Kimani has said, it's important for us to be honest with ourselves as a society. Let us just accept that we are in chaos, something is wrong. Because these things that we are discussing are symptomatic of basic social disorder somewhere. Somebody has neglected his or her duty for a reason that we do not understand. Okay? We need to get back and rethink our foundation as a society. You see, China decided that it's going to regulate what the young are getting through the social media. And someone would say, no, that is not right. You know, China is dictatorial, what? Britain recently announced that up to age 16 years, they're going to regulate they are going to regulate what gets into the minds of those people.
Yeah.
Yes.
For us here, we are as open as a book. And we do not know that this openness is cutting down our roots, is removing our structures. We need to relook at our social principles. We need seriously to relook at our education. The education that I personally am a victim of is a very evil kind of education. I'm right now doing a book on that. Okay. I'm very critical of this kind of education, and I say I'm a victim of that kind of education. It's a pedagogical system which was meant to make us work for somebody else, not to develop us. We need to rethink ourselves.
No, I think Dr. Kimani,
Yes.
I think she's being very nostalgic about a bygone era that might not come back, because this idea of let us listen to aunties, uncles, this thing we are now moving towards a period where the influence of uncles and aunties and pastors and sheikhs, this is not going to be there.
No, she's
so I think
saying we
she's
used
being
to have
nostalgic.
that.
We used to have that, but she's
that,
saying...
But we need to do that from a family setup.
Even the whole idea of family, if you look at what's happening, and you know, we need to be honest, mothers are the ones taking care of children. Majority of Kenyans are single parent and single mothers. The whole idea of family is breaking down right on our face as we say it. So I think she is referring to that period of time when an aunt would sit down with you, an uncle would influence you.
So
and that's
now
a
we've replaced that
bygone
with
era.
gadgets.
You would go to a church and the pastor would be this powerful person who can impact moral values and whatever it tells you. That's a bygone era. She's being nostalgic. I think that era is a dying era. And philosopher, there's a philosopher who actually said in the 1900s, 1890 around there. This was Friedrich Nietzsche. This was a time when religion was dying in Europe, when the influence of religion was dying, and even the Victorian family values, which are the family values we inherited as Africans, post-colonialism, these Victorian values were dying. So, and this philosopher said, God is dead. And he said God is dead in the sense that the influence of religious values were dying at that time.
At that point.
And then he was wondering, what then becomes of us as humanity? How do we determine our morals? Where do we go from here?
Okay, watch a 20 break on that note, and then when we come back, we'll unpack more. There's a lot of your feedback as well. There's one here, Mohammed Musa, very quickly on Facebook, and Asema, on behalf of all men, we don't even want a relationship. Single life does not drain us financially and morally. It pays. But in relationships, you have to pay for your freedom, peace, happiness, and financial. What do you get in return? Tumba,
Wow.
yeah, siwezi endelea kusoma what he said. It's a long.
Oh God, Philip, tuangalia WhatsApp wanasemaje.
Okay.
What's up?
What's up wanasema nini? Wow, okay. This one says hello. Hello to you too. I hope you're safe, really, wherever you're watching us from. And then this one says, the rules have changed for sure. Not entirely, but for the woman especially. We're asked what we will bring to the table. Squeezy, na CEO, ati peace and support. Now men want a woman who brings something more than the female role of childbearing, nurturing, and homemaking. They want, on top of that, someone who brings in the check because the economy is not fair anymore. Plus, the woman right now is empowered, and a modern man ought to respect that as well and let the woman work and be all that she desires without dimming her light. But unfortunately, the man remains to want to be the final say as cultural, yet the woman is doing the most in this thing they call marriage. Hi, this one says, hello, I am John. All this ego centered based on two attributes of humans, that is hunger and love, where hunger is fueled by the ego of preserving self and love is fueled by object. For example, luxury. Okay. This one says, why would a wife burn all the academic certificates, degrees, and high school certificates just because the man has upgraded to another level? Marriage is a scam.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, this one says, who changed dating rules? First, there were no rules because there were no dates. Women were married forcefully when they went to visit their aunties and relatives. Before one would wait for a lady under the tree and the woman may not appear. Commercial dating started when mobile phones were introduced and ladies commercialized the whole dating process. Now, there is no oven. There's no even dating, just eating fare. This is Benson Simba. Yay. Aya. This one says, so I so love your program, guys. Keep it up. And Mwikali, your voice is just my America izo madini zote.
Oh, thank you.
And then this one says, do you still believe in true love before marriage? Yun swali. Higher. Dating rules have not changed, have not just changed. The entire foundation of how humans find partners has been completely reconstructed over the last century. Every time society shifts economically and technologically, the rules of romance rewrite themselves. Okay, this one says, what? Hello, watching from Dala. Hey, this is George and, oh yikes, I can't do this. Oh, asking something. They have a question.
I got myself dating, and by then Dame alikuwa primary na mimi nilikuwa high school. So nilimaliza shule na Dame sai ako high school. So she really depends on me. Hataki kukaa na mamake during holidays. We do not have, okay, sorry. How can I overcome this since I really wanted her to study and focus? I need advice because September na join KMTC and was just worried about me. Mara nikienda, I'll get into another relationship. Juu niko kitu 3 years. Na niko kitu 3 years
Is dating.
as dating. How
Yeah.
can I overcome this, please? Okay. Hi, Winnie. Are you open for calls? I need to answer your previous speaker. Well said, Wikali. Okay. Our number is on the screen. Do we have a call? I don't think. Maybe a WhatsApp. Just send us on WhatsApp and then we'll... It's simply about understanding our roles in a relationship. Economic dominance is only a part of it, not everything. A lady can support a man to remain the head. Even the in-laws can support families to stand conventionally. I should support my son-in-law to stand tall if possible. This will benefit both in marriage. In a marriage, he must be willing to take care of his family. Anthony from Wihoko, thank you. Hello, NTV. Thanks for such necessary discussions. As Dr. Chando puts it rightly, what goes into mind of these young people must be controlled as China, etc., have done. Ethics erosion has contributed to weakened relationship. This is Smoganda Ogata.
Okay.
Your World NTV, I really thank Mr. Chando for talking about our culture and traditions. African traditions have disappeared to the extent that has made dating not so valuable in today's society. Thanks for the show. It's me, Times from Abim, Uganda.
Yay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you
Wow.
very much.
All right. Keep sending in your views and your comments, as well. Nicholas Ochieng on Facebook anasema, never, not today or ever. Women want comfort. Men want loyalty. I should keep sending your views, your comments, your feedback, your questions as well. And for those who ask their questions, we'll actually try and answer them before we end the show. But watch out to your bills. And then when we come back, we'll what to unpack now.
Yes.
Just what do we do now that the
Kufanya
woman
nini?
is empowered?
Yes.
The man amesema, tumechange lakini kidogo. What do we do? Okay.
And should we even morph?
Should we even
Okay,
move in
sawa.
the first place? There's a lot to come. Stay with us.
Men prefer women who are intellectually beneath them and have less ambition than them. I said this in a video the other day. A man came in the comments all offended. No. The conversation was that men should care if their women are educated or a high achiever, but a lot of them don't. Do you understand? He was like, no, that was never the conversation. The conversation was that men are saying that just because you have a degree doesn't mean you don't need to be feminine, you don't need to be a nice person. And I was like, that's stupid, because no woman ever said, I have a degree, I don't need to be a nice person. I have a degree, I don't need to be feminine. I have a degree, I don't need to be this. I literally had to show this man a study that shows that men actually have a negative preference. Men prefer it when women are below them intellectually and have less ambition than them, because our value is tied to our dreams and our ambitions. And if your woman if you feel like your woman's more ambitious than you, it means that she's more valuable than you. And men's ego cannot handle that. A good man's biggest blind spot is the fact that he can't comprehend that not every man is like him. And I know because I was very much a victim of this. When women say certain things, men find it difficult to accept this because we feel like, oh, I don't do that, so other men don't do that. And this is the case all the time. I need you guys to sometimes expand your mind and understand that just because you are progressive and you feel a certain way about certain things doesn't mean that other men are going to feel like that.
Do you think that women are less submissive now compared to back in the day?
No. I think men are not worthy of submission. That's what it is. It's not women. If you step into a woman's life and change not just financially, but everything, what do you think is going to happen? But if you're not doing your responsibility or handling your responsibility, what do you think is going to happen? Now, it's science behind this, because I know a lot of people be like, oh, Yada's just, he's just simping. He's just, pandering to women. But no, when you understand a woman's nervous system and she dwells better in the parasympathetic nervous system and she needs oxytocins to feed this nervous system, she becomes softer, she becomes more submissive, she becomes stable because her nervous system is regulating herself. She's not going to mess that up because that relationship is feeding her at a cellular level.
Right.
Yeah. We went to the science of the nervous system.
Oxytocins.
Prof amesema no.
Yes,
Prof.
The guy could not be more wrong. I think he's almighty wrong in that.
Almighty.
Which
yes,
one?
almighty
The
wrong.
first video, the second one.
You see, it seems to me to be wrong in almost everything he said.
Okay.
You see, one, it started by saying that, men don't want women who are intellectually up to their level. They want women who are intellectually below them.
That's not
what he said. That's what he said people assume, and
People
that's
assume.
not what he's saying.
Okay.
So later on he breaks it down, and that's he fights against that.
That is if that is what he said, that is right. People assume that. I mean, otherwise men would not be supporting their wives through education.
That's true.
And making sure that they go to higher levels. Okay.
Are we submissive?
No, today you people are not submissive because you feel like you have reached the level that only men were at, and so somebody should be submissive to you. You should not be submissive anymore.
What does submission mean now, Prof? What does submission mean now? From where you sit? They'll say you people are not.
I'm like, wait.
No, submission means you listen to the voice of money through me.
Sorry?
You listen to the voice of money coming through me.
So that is submission.
That is the submission for the woman right now, if you understand what I mean. You see, a woman will not be submissive to a man who doesn't have money. You are submissive to the fact that this guy has money and he can withdraw this money. It doesn't matter whether you have your money or not. You will still need my money. Now, again, that having been said, I still want to I still want to make a disclaimer similar to what he said.
Yeah.
It doesn't apply to all.
That's
okay?
true.
That does not apply to all.
Okay.
But mostly you would find that that is what is ruling. Okay? Again, he went scientific and said, oh, she needs oxytocin, what. We are not only our genotypes, we are our phenotype. We are, to a large extent, the environment in which we grow up.
Yes.
We are, to a large extent, the information that has been fed into us, which becomes our habit of thought, and then translates into our habit of action. That will determine whether we accept certain principles or we don't accept certain principles. It's not purely scientific. So I think there he's making a serious mistake.
Okay. The Bible.
The Bible.
The Bible. Yes. There's something, we're not fighting them, we're just fighting. This is the statement, okay, guys? Because the two of you. The two of you. There's something about the man loving the woman. And then the woman then
submitting to the man.
submits. And when you talk about us submitting to the voice of money, it's still one of the roles of the man, right? To provide, to protect. It's one of the things that you guys pride yourselves in. And when we started this conversation, the one thing that was dominated with the man is the economic power. So it's okay.
I want to throw a spanner into the works.
You want to throw a spanner?
Yeah, you get it, but I want to throw a spanner into the works.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, you see, if Genesis is our point of reference.
Genesis.
Yes.
That
the Bible.
That is not in Genesis. It's in the New Testament.
It's in the New Testament.
That particular verse is in the New Testament. Yes.
Which one?
Dr. Jen Kimani.
I am not so
it's
sure.
not. It's actually in the New Testament.
Is-
We knew not to talk to
Yes,
Yes. But it actually is because it refers to Jesus Christ.
Let
and the
me just
church.
quickly respond to this
So,
this
New
this
Testament,
submission
yes.
and loving thing.
Yeah.
And with regard to this conversation, one of the things we are going to see as we move on is women are going to say, now they have the power to say, I'm not going to submit to this nonsense, right? You're the man, yes. And remember, submission was based on the fact that the man is the man. You know, the submission was because the man is the man. And right now, with what women have become, in the eyes of women, some men are not men, you see. So I think moving forward, we are going to see this concept of submission is disappearing and vanishing into the thin air. And so we are now coming into this ecosystem of choice and ecosystem of it is all about the choice I make. It is not about what the Bible says or what somebody somewhere says.
Yeah.
So, you know, power has come to the woman.
I
And this
understand.
power has come with choice. And this choice includes the idea that
Submission is also a choice.
Submission then becomes a choice. And remember, submission was an edict. Submission was the way a woman was supposed to be in relationships and in marriage. That when you have
it's what they should, because
Yeah.
those are the fundamental things that we're saying,
of
that
marriage.
things should not change just because the woman has changed or
Yes.
the man has changed. There's some things that need to remain
The same.
the same.
Now, look, let me come
should
in here.
women really submit?
No, I think hold on. Submission from where I sit.
What exactly does submission look like now? Because we have completely twisted
Twisted it.
what submission is all about.
Submission from where I sit does not mean being subservient.
Yes.
No,
You see that?
it's not.
It means being ready to listen to the other when the other brings reason across.
Submit to their leadership.
Exactly.
Yes.
Being ready to implement,
Yeah.
what has been agreed upon
Yes.
while the other is taking leadership.
Yes.
You see that? And leadership does not mean here that you have to stand behind somebody with a club, with a rungu. Okay?
Yeah.
Leadership simply means there must be somebody who takes the front line and the others assist on the sidelines or from behind.
I agree.
So if I take the front line and you assist, then that in itself counts as submission.
Yes.
Submission should not be understood as somebody is below the other and the other walks on that somebody.
Absolutely.
You see that?
So
Can the man submit to the woman?
Of course, a man can submit to the woman and men submit to the woman in so many ways. If, for instance, you ask me for something and I tell you, let me see, let me sleep over it. I'm not going to sleep over it. When I sleep, I'm going to dream. I'm not going to sleep over what you've asked me. I'm going to consult whether, okay, this person had asked about this and this is what we have in the house. We have these difficulties here. And could we spare something? I'll say, okay, fine. We can spare something. I think that is not going to hurt our family.
Yeah.
I would consult with my wife. That is submission.
Submission is on both ways, just that
Yes.
the how it's
different.
done.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the leadership, and I think because we're coming to the end of this, we also need to understand probably what we need to do now.
Now.
When we talk about leadership, leadership is not one way.
Yeah.
Well, leadership is not the money, and it needs to be clear. Like, it's not just about you have money, then you're a leader. There's so much more. That's the question we kept asking. So when the money is not there, how are you a leader as a man? You know, how do you take up this role so that you don't, even for yourself, as the woman has gotten to understand who she is and stand for herself, I think also the man to also understand these are the things other than money and power. What other ways can I be a leader when this is taken away? Because these things are for here on earth. They are taken away.
Yeah, and there are seasons that you go through in marriage. So,
Quickly, allow me to say something. I mean, I agree with what you say, and your concern is very genuine.
Yes.
Very, very serious.
Okay.
But today, for the first time, I want not to be neutral.
Okay.
I want to speak to the ladies.
Okay. Please.
That a man does not have as much money as you want does not reduce the intellectual capacity of the man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So do not think that your husband is a fool because he doesn't have money and the other person has money.
That's true.
Most ladies make that mistake. And once you despise a man, once you start looking down upon a man's capacity to direct intellectually, the person is going to withdraw. And you are going to start sorting so many things alone in the house, including the issues of the children. And the man will take a back seat and will say, let us see how she does it. Because once I speak, it's going to create a problem. Because, you know, I do not provide, I don't have money, so let me just get quiet. So when men withdraw and sit back to watch how things happen, do not think that they do not have the capacity to lead. You have just told them to sit back and watch.
With the few minutes that are remaining, what do we do?
I think
solution will come.
The solution is very simple.
I am dreading that, but go ahead.
So I think for me, I'll come from a freedom perspective. We have empowered women. The society has empowered women. Women are now able to make choices. And women should cherish this freedom they now have. If for any reason, whether it is money, whether it is whatever, if for any reason a woman feels that it is not working, this man was not the man I thought he was going to be, step out of that relationship. Because I think also part of the change is that a long time ago, my mom stayed in a marriage for 30 years, whether my dad had money or not, whether my dad, whatever. And I think that is what has changed. And to me, that is positive. If you're a woman and you're in a marriage and your man has lost a job, and to some extent you feel there's no progress on his side, I don't think it is bad to say, I'm ending this relationship. And so for me, the center of what then should become of the woman is that be so empowered that quitting a relationship should not be a devastating decision on your side and on your children. Let us not make it look like the chaos, again, the chaos are bad. The chaos actually bring about freedom. And these are freedoms we need to cherish.
The Mumia that started and the Mumia that is now, it's okay.
Very quickly, I don't agree with him on a number of issues. One, freedom is good. I would cherish the freedom of my daughter. I don't want her to be under some kind of servitude. But she must always remember freedom comes with responsibility. You have to take the responsibility which comes with that freedom. Again, let us create equal playground for everybody. Let men and women have equal opportunity because they have the capacity to use those opportunities well and equally to the best of their ability, at the risk of sounding redundant. And I think that is the solution that I could have. Let us not say, let us empower the women and leave the men here. Let us empower the men and leave the women here. The issue is, let us give all human beings equal opportunity and let them exploit those opportunities as best as
they
they can.
All right.
Don't quit because you are rich. Don't quit because the other one does not provide. No, relationship is not about who gives money and who doesn't.
Yeah.
If you're a man and you don't, if you're a man and you don't have, if you're a man
Yes.
and you don't have sufficient funds, you're not financially stable, stop wasting your time looking for a relationship, a woman. Because me, I think no, for real. Because I think we are overlooking something here.
Okay.
This idea that a woman should persevere, you know, a man who has nothing. Me, I think that is moving things backward. Me, I think let us move forward. If you don't, you know, you don't have the capacity, financial capacity. Me, I think just don't complicate your life as a man.
And they're kind of people, they're hardworking people. And it's a season of 2 weeks. I mean, ule alikuacha ile time. Saizi angalia uko hapa. Hata ulikuwa kwa TV then. Unaona, angevumilia tu. But anyway, thank you so much for. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Mumia.
What a
Yani, and thank you
conversation.
so much, Dr. Jane.
Jane. Yeah, listen, there's one comment here that I really want to go through before we say goodbye.
Yes.
This is from Kelvin Francis, who says the problem therein is wanting something from a relationship. If it's not genuine love that has brought a man and a woman together, whatever, superficial reason that would have brought man and woman together will fade, leaving the two genders in an eternity of frustration against each other. Love is not just a transaction. Business, however, it is leaving most relationships on borrowed time. Higher. Dan Beso Malon said, no, men want a tool and property and women want a good life. Higher. And then Dina Kweza said, a relationship can't work if the opinions are the same. For you to grow and move forward, you must have different perspectives. Then you will bring on table and come up with one. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
been a wholesome conversation. It's been one of those ones.
To another occasion on Wellness Wednesday. Please stay safe. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place right here on Your World. Goodbye.
Bye.